Good morning and welcome back to my channel. It's Saturday the 7th of September, which just happens to be my birthday. It's not even 8 o'clock yet, my hair's still damp from the shower, but we've got a busy day. We've got friends coming round about 9, so we needed to crack on this morning. I am going to be going to group and I'm going to stay to group today. It'll be a busy one because it's the start of the new season. But I'm not coming back here after group, so Joe will post my weigh-in results in the comment section for anybody who's interested. I want to start my video this morning with fish cakes. I think I mentioned last week that Slimming World have a new minted pea-scented fish cake out in Iceland. So we went along on Tuesday and as per usual I bought too many because I bought 2 boxes. Came home, cooked the first box. Now these take 40 minutes from frozen in an oven at about 190 degrees. I don't know why I keep imagining that Slimming World are going to come out with a dish that I like. I was very disappointed. I did say to Debbie I'd give them 5 out of 5, but actually that was for the packaging, I think. The outside of the fish cake is very dry, very boring. When you cook them, or when I cook them, I didn't really note a smell of fish at all when I was cooking them. All I could smell was herbs. I'm assuming they've probably got quite a lot of parsley or something in them, have they, Joe?
Woman.
Have you just shown them on camera?
Yeah, but I didn't show the ingredients.
Alright. Is it parsley? Because they did smell and taste very herby.
We've got parsley, but it's second to last, third to, well, no, fourth to last.
Alright. Very herby, which I don't mind herbs, but it was I found it overpowering. The minted pea centre I thought was very sweet. They taste to me as though they've got artificial sweetener in them. They might not have.
No, they don't.
They don't. But I found...
There's shallots in them, and I don't like shallots.
Oh right. Very sweet and very disappointing. Now I'm not knocking Slimming World. I'm not saying this just to knock Slimming World. I bought them with my own money. The second box will be going in the bin because they really, to me, were not a fish cake. When I was in Morrisons on Wednesday evening, I then chose to buy the Morrisons fish cakes, which Joe will show. A lot of friends and members at group have raved about these, and I have to say these are nice. Plenty of West Country cheddar in the centre, which of course pushes up the calories because I think these work out at about 228 calories each, whereas the Slimming World ones, I would say less than 120 calories each, because the calorie value it gives you is when they're cooked and the weight it gives you is when they're frozen, and of course a lot of the water will evaporate off them. So as a comparison, I would say the Morrisons ones have it. They were really nice. Now they're £2.60 for 2, the Slimming World ones are £2.50 for 2. But if you buy 2 packs of the Morrisons ones, you get them for £4. They are a definite 9 out of 10 for me. So, I think I just said I give the other ones 5 out of 10, but that's really for the packaging. Okay. I don't like to be critical of Slimming World, but I have to be honest, and I wouldn't recommend anybody buys them. But having said that, you need to buy them and try them and form your own opinion. Okay, I'm going to go on from there to talk about my results over the last 2 months. I like to look at the result. Now I'm at not maintenance, I'm a pound out of target, aren't I? But I like to look at maintaining over the month. There are going to be ups and downs, it's inevitable. Even if you stick to plan 100% of the time, I still find I can go up and down. I mean, I had a 1.5 pound gain last week and I had been 100% on plan. And I had stuck to around 10 sins. I don't know what my results are going to be today, I haven't got a clue, but again, I have been 100% on plan and really enjoyed it. I've eaten more fish this week, and looking back over my results for July and August, in July I lost £8. I needed to. In August I lost £1.5. Over the month I went up, down, up, down. Those for me are really good results because at or around target I'm looking to achieve sort of the status quo. I don't want to be making massive jumps up or dieting to get massive drops. So if I follow the plan, and I do still do the original EE plan, I don't do the maintenance plan from the little booklet, that didn't work for me. Tried it, gained weight. But again, we're all different. You have to do what works for you. So yeah, they're my results. So a £9.5 loss over 2 months. But I was at 9 stone 4 last week. We'll see where I am this week. As I said, it'll be in the comments section. Joe's got a little list. It's really a bit early in the morning for my brain to be functioning, and I haven't eaten yet because I'm going to group. So yeah, go on Joe, give me my next topic.
Attracting what you are.
Last week's video, I watched it back in the middle of the week, and what I was sharing about the money from the HSBC, the raffle wins, etc., my blessing from my friend, all sounded a bit like all I'm wishing for in my life is money and possessions. And that's not what the law of attraction is really about. The law of attraction, I believe, is to help me to live my life in a way that what I am, or what I put out into the universe, I will attract back. I like to think I'm a generous person. I like to think I'm a kind person. I get that from my dad. My dad was the most generous person I've ever met. But I don't want to give the impression that the law of attraction is purely a shopping list, or let's get a catalogue, like the Argos catalogue, and we'll wish for this and this and this, and it's bound to come. It really is very much dependent on what you put out there. So you can't go, I don't believe you can go through your life being mean and judgmental and spiteful and hoping for the biggest slice of the pie at the expense of anybody else. I really do believe that this spiritual principle is what you are, you attract. So I just wanted to clarify that from last week's video, because it did sound a bit like, oh wow, this comes, this comes, this comes. You've got to be ready to receive it, whatever it is and whenever it's coming. You've got to be ready to receive it. You've got to believe to receive, and to actually put out there the right vibrations into the universe, to connect with the vibrations that are out there that will bring the right things to you at the right time. Not just things, people. It's not just about possessions. And I hope it didn't come across that was what I was saying. So I want to share a story, a tale with you now. I've been reading a book this week called The Dalai Lama's Cat. Now, anybody who knows me and knows me really well will know I am not a cat person. I think there are kind of two types of people. I notice this around my friends and family. You're either a dog person or you're a cat person. And I think I'm more of a dog person. I'm terrified of cats, if I'm honest. I was once held hostage by a kitten in my friend's dining room. This kitten would not let me out of the corner. I was sitting in the corner and it would not let me out. And I couldn't pick it up and move it, and I couldn't distract it. So I stayed there until my friend came back into the room and shifted it. And another friend of mine had a Siamese cat called La Bombo. And this cat knew I was scared of it, and it would make a beeline for me. Every time I came into the room, it didn't just rub around my legs, it rubbed around my neck. If I sat on the sofa, it laid across the back of the sofa behind me. If I put my coffee down, it drank out my cup, and that freaked me out. And I'm just not comfortable with cats. And if you're a cat lover, I think you might get it, because cats are very clever. Cats are very wily. And I think there's a difference between the love of a dog and the love of a cat, because a cat to me is a very independent creature, whereas a dog needs to be part of a pack or a family. So I'm going to tell you this little tale, which came from the book The Dalai Lama's Cat by David Mickey. And there are other books, but they're very much based on Buddhism. But they're a lovely read, and the books are written from the point of view of the cat. The chap who wrote them reads them really well on Audible. He's got the right voice for the cat, even though it's a female cat and he reads it as a bloke. But let me tell you the tale, and I'll tell you why I'm telling it you. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, or maybe thousands of years ago in China, if you owned a horse, you were considered to have made it. You were considered to be, a self-made man, a wealthy man. So there's a farmer, and he works very hard on his land, and he ultimately gets a horse. And all of the neighbours come round and they're like, wow man, you've really made it now. You've got your horse, you're a self-made man. And the farmer looks around the crowd and he says, we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, the very next night, the horse makes a run for it. It literally breaks out of its stable and it's gone. So the following morning, the neighbours all come round and they go, oh man, you've lost your horse, you've lost everything, you've lost your status, you've lost your position in the village. And the farmer looks around the crowd and he says, we'll see, we'll see. 3 days later, the horse comes back, and with it, it brings 2 wild mares. And the farmer stables them, and the following morning, the crowd from the village come round and they're like, wow. I mean, you're not just a self-made man now, you are really something. 3 horses? And they're all like, you know, really ecstatic. And the farmer looks around the crowd and he says, we'll see, we'll see. So it's harvest time and the farmer needs to crack on with bringing in the harvest. And he has a grown-up son. And he says to the son, I'll take my horse, my original horse, and will you break in the other 2 mares? And then ultimately we'll have 3 horses with which we can bring in the harvest. So the farmer goes off to start bringing in the crop, and the son starts to work with the 2 wild mares. And in the course of working with them, he's riding one of them and she throws him and he breaks his leg. Well, the neighbours all come round and they're all doom, gloom and despondency and then, well, what are you going to do now? You've got this massive harvest to bring in. You've got 3 horses, you can only ride one of them. Your son's got a broken leg. Doom, gloom, disaster. And the farmer looks around the crowd and he says, we'll see, we'll see. The next day, the Emperor of China decides to declare war on another nation. So he sends all of his soldiers out into the villages to press gang all the able-bodied young men. So they come to the farmer's village, and of course the farmer's son's got a broken leg, so he's not an able-bodied young man, and the soldiers have to pass him by. So the group of friends and people from the village come around and they're like, oh man, what a lucky escape. Your son's got a broken leg, they couldn't press gang him, they couldn't make him go and fight. And the farmer looks around and he says, we'll see, we'll see. Now, what I take as a moral from this story is that whatever life throws at you, it's not how you react to it that matters. Or rather, it is how you react to it that matters. It's not the reacting by being up and down, being sad, being happy, and reacting in that way. It's how you act on it. That's a better way of putting it. So the farmer always acted on it by staying the man he was, by being cool, being calm, being accepting. We'll see, we'll see. Now, this really spoke to me as I listened to it in the book, because I could immediately see the way I would have acted or reacted. When the horse, when the horse originally came, it would have been celebrations, any excuse to have a party. Let's eat, let's drink, let's be happy, let's be merry. When the horse ran away, oh my God, the bottom's fallen out of my world, pity pot time. Let's throw a pity pot party, let's stuff our faces, let's commiserate. The horse comes back with the 2 mares. We've got another excuse to celebrate, another party. The farmer's son breaks his leg. Oh my God, the bottom's fallen out of my world again. What can I do to push down this anxiety? Eat, eat, eat. The farmer's son can't be taken by the soldiers to fight. Another cause for celebration. Let's throw a party, let's eat, drink, be merry, and stuff our faces. And when I look back over my adult life, or maybe a lot of my childhood, that is exactly how I acted. Anything I could find that gave me an excuse to eat. And if I'd been the Jane of even 10 years ago, way before I started my weight loss journey, sitting here in front of you now, I would have probably been reeling out at least a dozen valid excuses as to why I was the size I was. Because at 22 stone, believe me, I ate a lot. I never stopped eating. I didn't eat 3 meals a day and snacks in between. I just ate. And today, I just feel so different about the way I live my life, because life does throw shit at us. It really does. Every one of us will be able to identify even things that have happened in our lives this week that we could take as an excuse to eat over. I don't doubt that for 1 minute, because that's the nature of life. But I just feel, you know, sitting here at 9 stone 4-ish, that I shouldn't be looking for excuses. And if my mind goes that way, I'm starting to learn to change those thoughts. Now, I think the next thing on my list, Joe, is about it being my birthday and I'm going out today. Yeah. I'm taking a friend out for lunch today, and I asked her to choose where she would like to go. And she's chosen a Chinese restaurant, the same one we went to for my birthday last year, which is a couple of villages away, and it's really nice. Now, at the beginning of the week, I'm thinking, yep, I gave her the right to choose because I don't want to be controlling about food anymore. I'll accept when I get to that restaurant that I can make choices. Now, the difference between the choices I make today and the way I used to react is that today I'm using my conscious mind to make choices rather than my subconscious mind to lead me into looking for excuses. And the subconscious mind can also be known as the habitual mind. So it's the habits we've learned from birth to today that form our habitual mind, that is also our subconscious mind. So we tend to fall back on using those habits to react to things or to act on things. So I might say, but my family have always been big eaters. But my family have always carried too much weight. I'm always going to be overweight because it's my genetic makeup. I'm always going to be overweight because I have to clean my plate. I'm always going to be overweight because my dad says you have to eat in a certain way. I'm always going to be overweight because my family all sit down and eat together and we polish off every crumb on the table. I haven't lived at home since I was 16. That's 47 years. Why would I still use what my family do as an excuse to do it and call it genes or call it this is just the way it is? It's not the way it is. It doesn't have to be like that. I can change my habitual mind. I can change my subconscious mind. And the reason all of this has come into being this week and left me feeling the way I'm feeling is that earlier in the week, my mind immediately went to, wow, Saturday's your birthday. What do we do on birthdays, Jane? We eat. It's an excuse to eat. And my mind has played games with me. It's been like a battle, a two-way battle all week with my habitual subconscious mind going, you can eat whatever you like on Saturday and as much of it as you want. And my conscious mind going, I don't want a big weight gain next Saturday. I want the status quo. I want to be around where I am now. Now, I'm not saying because it's my birthday and because I'm a goody two-shoes, I'm not going to have anything that isn't 100% on plan. What I'm saying is I'm making a conscious choice today to eat well, to eat food I enjoy. I may have to have some wheat because Chinese food ingredients include wheat. I will ask for my food without MSG because that doesn't do me any good at all and I know it. But I can ask for what I really want. I don't have to just sit there going, oh well, it's my birthday. I've got a right to eat. I deserve to eat. I'm 63 for God's sake. If you can't eat at my age, when can you? My thinking is changing so much because I don't want to give food power over my life. I want to be in control, not because I'm a control freak, which I can be at times, but because I know what's good for me today. I know where I want to be today. I know what my happy place is. And I know that if I go out today, all guns blazing, you know, I could pack away more food than you could imagine, more food than you could shake a stick at. And next Saturday, I could be facing those scales with a maybe 5 to 10 pound gain. And that's not impossible the way I am, because the amount of food I can eat. And also, the thing that actually scares me most is if I decide to binge out today, how do I stop it tomorrow? You know, I'm going to my mum's for the day tomorrow. My mum's a feeder. I need to go to my mum's with my conscious head on. I'm taking my own lunch because it's the best thing for me to do. Mum doesn't mind. I've talked to her about it. She'll feed the others. But because of Joe's allergies, he has to take his own food because it's too complicated for anybody else to deal with. And because of my conscious choices, I'm choosing to take my own food. My mum's not offended by that. It's the way to go. So I'm going out for lunch today. I am not going to be a pot-bellied pig. I'm going to have a nice meal and I'm going to come back not so stuffed that I can't get out of the chair. And it's my birthday. But where in the book of life does it say it's your birthday, you have to stuff your face? I've done it more or less every year up until I joined Slimming World. And I did it because it was a good excuse to eat. And I'm not going to sit in front of you today and trot out every reason I could have eaten this week. And there's been a few, but I didn't. And I felt better when I woke up the next morning for not doing it. Yeah, that's me. So I shared last week that I was looking for a navy handbag after giving away nearly all of my handbags. Well, I've got 2 brown ones and a black one currently. Well, now I've got a nice navy one. Can you see it clearly from there, Joe?
I'll zoom in. If I remember how.
Sorry?
If I remember how. I'm zooming in
Oh,
on
you're
it.
zooming in on it?
Bloody hell.
Is it working?
Yeah, is that?
Don't swear on my vlogs, dear, that's my job. Right, it's got a little rattly dog, because it's a rattly bag. This is my birthday present from Joe, and I absolutely love it. It's got a nice open pocket there, it's got pockets inside, it's just a nice size. It's got a canvas strap, which is good, which can extend to be a crossbody bag. And I thank you, Joe, I absolutely love it. And can I just say, have you zoomed out again?
Oh no.
Can I just show me too close up at this time in the morning? Can I just say thank you to everybody who sent me birthday cards? I've got a windowsill full of cards. And thank you to my bestie from Coventry, Dawn, who sent me the most gorgeous... Oh, he's over there. I don't think you could zoom in on him. I'll show you every time.
Yeah, no.
Can you?
Yeah. No. Ooh.
Bear with us today. We're on the move.
There he is.
The most gorgeous little tortoise. And a tortoise is me. I am the tortoise in the race. I'm not the hare. I'm working this day, this plan, slow and steady, one day at a time, no days off. And that suits me today. So thank you, Dawn. We've called him Trevor. Trevor the tortoise. Dawn and I came up with that between us. And also thank you to Carol, lovely Carol, she knows. Thank you for your gift, Carol. Thank you to Eva, who is a lovely subscriber who's been with me a long time, I think from the beginning, and moved from, Eva's English, moved from Spain to Germany within the last year and sent me a gorgeous jar of real sauerkraut. And we love sauerkraut. So bless you and thank you everybody. I mean, I'm just... Having a YouTube channel is a really nice thing because you make friends, or not just in this country but all over the world. I've made friends all over the world having my channel. And it's just such a joy because these are people you might never meet, but they're people you have something in common with. They're people who are fighting weight. And it is a fight, we know that. But we can win it, we can have victory over it. And whether we lose this week, whether we maintain this week, or whether we gain this week, we're not failures if we just keep going. This plan is a lifestyle. And I'm learning, you know, after 3 3/4 years at Target, that I'm settling into living it as a lifestyle. That's not perfection. I'm going to have times off. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to binge. That's real life. But I'm not doing it anywhere near as much as I used to. I am not where I used to be. I'm not where I really, really want to be. I want to be in the 8 stones. But I thank God I'm not where I used to be. I really do, because I think if I hadn't done something about losing weight when I started this journey, pre-Slimming World, would I still be here today? I don't know. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that my weight could have killed me. I had a friend who lived in Birmingham who died in the toilet because she was 32 stone. And that still guts me today, and she died 15 years ago. That could have been me. She was no different to me. So, I'm not going to finish on a sad note. I'm going to say, have a great week. Do what you need to do. Don't beat yourself up if you have a gain this week. Don't celebrate with food if you have a loss this week. And the one bit of advice that came out of our group last week that I really, really valued is, when you leave this room today, this is the start of your new week. Because our group's a Saturday morning, lots of people start the new week on a Monday. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It's not the way to go for me. So if you really, really want a weight loss, the minute you leave your group is when your next week starts. So when I leave my group at about 11:30 this morning, that's the start of my next week. And I won't overlook that. Have a good one. Remember, it works if you work it, it won't if you don't. And we'll be back next Saturday. Cheers.